you already know how I'm going to answer that.
That is fair. I will say I saw a Philly news station refer to his house as body because he just put it on the market for $5 million. It's getting really personal. You're insulting people's homes now.
Usually likes to camp out behind the three-point line. Let's go there, and we'll get a whistle and a foul. With Derek Favors getting the start in that number 5 spot. A long-time Jazz, spent 10 years. Pretty much the entirety of his career, with the exception of 1 year with the Pelicans. He gets called for the foul. And 2 free throws coming up for Gobert. You certainly like to make him earn it at the free throw line. Play Sonic Slam tonight for a chance to win a Sonic gift card. If a Thunder player makes a slam dunk in the 3rd quarter, you could be our lucky winner. Enter via the Thunder mobile app through the end of halftime for your chance at that gift card.
And you wonder why you want to foul a guy like Rudy Gobert. He shot 67% from the field, folks, but 62% from the free throw line last year. So, you know, when he gets it around the basket, you got a foul to give. Put him on the line, make him earn it, because he does not miss very many around the basket when you put it in his hands.
Led the league in field goal percentage a season ago. Make him earn it. Offense outside the paint is a liability. As Baisley will spin, goes with the right hand, and how about that scoop? So all 3 buckets for the Thunder here have come inside the restricted area.
Well, may I have another? I love that move. Somehow between the bigs for the Jazz. He had a move like that in the preseason. Yeah, you talk about this. I mean, this is tough to do. I mean, how does he know what Gobert's going to do? All he has to do is just get his arms up and block that shot. Didn't care. Sometimes you have to play this game, as I always say, like a riverboat gambler. Just have a short memory and just play it.
And with the right hand, which is something that we saw really grow and develop for Baisley a season ago, as that's going to be off of the foot of SGA.
Well, he did that move against Jokic in the preseason, and he did it again tonight around Gobert and a couple other players. So you know he's been practicing that. I love the fact that he's driving the ball to the basket and not afraid of the contact.
Conley at the closeout from SGA, and he can't make his second 3. Baisley wants to push. Something that was a theme throughout the preseason. Whoever gets the rebound, push the ball up the floor. It's a tough Utah defense to go up against when it's set, and it's Giddey. A nice glide to the rim, and that is now 4 layups off the glass for the Thunder here in the 1st quarter.
And that's just a nifty move by a young kid who's just really, you know, understands the game. I mean, he knew that he couldn't get all the way to the rim and was just able to just drop that ball off the glass about 5 feet from the bucket.
His first professional bucket officially. Conley's got a bunch of those. He's got a couple here in this game. SGA's pass left a little short, intended for Favors. As Mitchell is going to bounce off the body of Dort, who is so adept of drawing those offensive charges, but doesn't get the call that time. And we meet our first break as the season officially hits start. 6:47 left to go, 1st quarter. We are on the move.
Jazz and Vivid Arena seek to foster a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable sports and entertainment experience. Please be advised that fans engaging in any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, attempting to enter the court or interrupt play, or using foul or abusive language and obscene gestures, are subject to ejection and arrest. Fans must also follow venue health and safety protocols, including those specific to face coverings and social distancing. Please report any such behavior or failure to comply with health and safety measures to the nearest usher, security, or guest services staff member. Thank you and enjoy the game.
This season marks the 75th anniversary of NBA basketball. As
get some practice time in with, especially with a young group. I think practicing is really a big part of it. Just makes you feel comfortable.
Well, the Thunder really valuing the practice time because so much about this team and its identity is very much unwritten. A lot of guys being evaluated, a lot of guys developing. There is a block shot inside by Hassan Whiteside, the veteran.
You know, just when you think you can just relax, they take Rudy Gobert out and they bring in their newest member in Hassan Whiteside.
Beautiful pass. Giddey went inside, dumped it off to Favors, who then ran into traffic as he went up for that slam. So you're right, Michael. The Jazz go from one great shot blocker to another. As Mitchell was stumbling his way across the lane, Bogdanovich somehow kept his foot down and didn't travel. Put up a wild shot.
And they forced him into that. They chased him off the three-point line. Got to do with Bojan, and you got to make him make a tough shot.
SGA slithering his way down the lane, and a whistle and a foul. And that's what he did more than anybody in the NBA last year. He drove the ball to the rim.
Oh, and I think it's even more important when you have shot blockers on the floor. A guy that can do that. Now, that's not the only tool he has in his tool bag. We know he can shoot the three. He shot 41% last year. We know he can shoot in the mid-range. He shot that very well as also. And getting to the free throw line, I tell you, that is always a big plus. As he is continuing to attack the seams of the Jazz defense. Even though they have another 7-footer in there to replace Rudy Gobert and Whiteside.
As Isaiah Roby checks in for the first time, replacing Derek Favors. That number 5 spot very fluid, as Mark Daigneault describes. As SGA, little catch fire three from the side. No. Back tapped out by Roby. As Dort will let it go straight away. That one is good. And so the offensive back tap leads to that extra three-point shot from Dort, who led the Thunder in threes a season ago.
And you know, you give Roby credit because that's not something that coaches teach. It's just something you just do, man. It's just in the heat of the moment. You say, look, I can't get the rebound. The big fella got his hands ready. He can get it. I'm just going to tap this ball out and try to help one of my teammates. That time, that tap out got maximum value. Look at this, folks. Can't get it. Tap it out. And get maximum value with a three-point shot. by Mr. Dort.
And Dort, who shot it at 34% a season ago, well up from his rookie year, which was 29%, as Whiteside to the free throw line. Very interesting sequence there because the official didn't make the call until he saw that Whiteside had missed the layup attempt and the foul from Roby.
It was late, but it was the correct call. As I always say, I don't have a problem with the officials making a late call, just as long as it's the correct one. And a lot of times, I like that because it just keeps the game moving. But when a guy misses a shot and you foul, you got to blow the whistle.
Absolutely made the right call as Trey Mann is checked in. The rookie, number 18th overall pick, making his professional debut in the regular season. Roby came up to set that screen for SGA. As Baisley, tough step back three, and it's wide left.
I've done a good job of slowing his pace down for the against the Jazz. That's a good tie-up, man. That should be a jump ball.
That's a great defensive play from Mann, who was with Mitchell step for step. Mitchell, who likes to use his wide body to get in the lane.
Yeah, he's strong too. And watch it, he's just met him. So look, man, I watched you. I know I'm a rookie, but you've been in the league 5 years. I've been watching you. And that's one of his moves, curling off that screen and driving hard to the basket.
And the ball is tapped out, and Utah wins the tip.
The shot clock will stay the same since they got that possession. See if the Thunder can hold tight here and get a stop.
Bogdanovich, a little spin, and Bojan's got another bucket.
That ball was tipped by Roby. It just tipped it just enough. It still fell in, but gosh, you love the extra effort.
And here is Roby trying to go up strong against Whiteside. Was it deflected? And it looks like it's going to stay with OKC on this end, as Jordan Clarkson will check in for the Jazz. But the question is, Michael, with this Utah defense, it was a good defense last season, and with all that height and the presence inside, how do you attack it?
Well, first of all, you got to move the basketball. And because you don't want these guys just standing still. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Gobert or Whiteside in the game. They're going to have one of those two guys in the game at all times. So you can move the basketball and attack the seams, which the Thunder have done. 8 of their points have been inside the paint already. And then get out in transition.
Donovan Mitchell.
Is this the first game of the season? Oh, yeah, it is. That's why that play happened. Everybody, you only had 4 preseason games. He probably didn't play, okay, I'm trying to, coincide, I'm trying to get in the flow here.
That was a moment there, considering he reached out thinking that he was going to grab that basketball as SGA's floater is off.
Right.
He didn't touch it by much, but he touched it by enough.
Yeah.
As Ingles bumped off the baseline, we'll get a kick ball there by Dort. The Jazz have the early lead with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. I know that there's a lot of anticipation coming into this regular season just to get things going. Dagnall said his squad was hungry to turn the lights on.
Well, partner, I want to say personally, welcome back to you too. We were on the flight yesterday. That's saying a whole lot because we weren't traveling with the team last year. So really nice to be back on the flight and on the road with the team and feeling the normal flow to the NBA as Mitchell lines up a shot under pressure.
Whiteside able to rip away the high rebound and an extra possession for the Jazz. As Whiteside trying to back down Roby. Roby's going to have to use his body. Whiteside, the turnaround, no good. Dort crashes the board, saves it from going out of bounds, but Roby was already starting down the floor the other way, and a turnover by Utah in what was a very disorganized sequence.
Can we have a timeout now? Because the Jazz might need one with those last couple of toss-aways. Folks, it is the start of the 75th NBA season.
most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like pop. I shoot the shot. Coming in.